Hello people, welcome back. I thought I'd get on the bandwagon and do a little video about the Tripodgate. If you haven't seen it on Instagram, it's going absolutely crazy. It's about George Osborne. He's causing trouble again, and it's about Strength Asylum and George's tripod. Yeah, not the one in his trousers. The one he uses is for obviously filming. Same as things that I use like this. There was a little bit of stir on Instagram because basically he slated the gym, which was obviously Strength Asylum in Stoke, where Eddie Hall trains. He was moaned at because of using his tripod. And now the actual gym itself are banned tripods. You're not allowed to use a tripod in Strength Asylum. So I'm going to go through my take on the actual incident and actually what I think about it all. Should tripods actually be allowed in the gym? Should they be banned? Should you be allowed to film in gyms? You know, the whole genre of this video is going to be about George's tripod and should you film it. So if you don't know who George is, he's a YouTuber like me. He's got a lot more subscribers than me. He's obviously a natural bodybuilder like myself, where we might actually compete against each other this year if we go in the same category. I don't know yet, but I'm going to be entering the same federation as him. Depends on, I think he might be doing the actual show before me, but we'll find out. But this is all blown up. There is George giving away tripods because he's just taking the mick even more. I actually did a post with a lot of pictures from Strength Asylum of celebrities or famous fitness people who have filmed there. Put a post on Instagram with a lot of pictures, obviously people like Eddie Four, Luke Sandor, who sadly died, Paddy McGuinness, Phil Heath, Terry, can't remember his last name, another strongman. And I put Tripodgate at Strength Asylum as a fellow tripod user to film content and form exercise. I think how this gym has slated people who use them in gyms is wrong. Look all the fitness stars that have entered your gym and have filmed, which has helped your gym grow. I understand if they leave them in the middle of the floor to trip over, but also they are big enough to walk around. Meaning, if you see something, walk around it. Obviously he's filming that or she's filming that thing. You could just walk around it. Time again, people leave weights on the floor, which is a lot more dangerous. Which is true. It is true. And then I put, if it wasn't for people like Eddie Hall filming in your gym, you would be another gym that no one gives a F about, because he basically said, no one gives a F about any of you people who film things. No one watches, basically. Not everybody can afford someone to film with them or film for them. Are you going to ban mobile phones next if somebody's taking a selfie? And also, 99% of people in the background don't really care about themselves getting filmed because they do it in themselves by taking a picture. Getting the year 2022, you dinosaur, with a dinosaur emoji. And then I said, go over to George Osborne's channel. After I sent that, I got a message off Strength Asylum. Here you go. If you can see it. They basically said, thank you for your comment. I understand, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you should be, basically moving things out, You shouldn't be putting things in the way of people. And then I put, yes, but I understand that, the way you put around it, saying you don't give basically an F about anybody, and I put, not everyone's a big shot on YouTube or fitness, but if they inspire one person to join a gym, visit a gym, or become fitter, it's a good thing. And I put thank you for your reply. He then replied back saying, maybe I could have worded it better, but I got my point across. I act for my members. They are my only concern. And then he's put basically, most of the people causing it is people who are coming here for the day pass, just to, visit the gym, and spreading their stuff all over it and taking over. He said, George, if you are watching this, he did say then, our staff accommodated George, which George has done a video about this, so go and watch it, told him he could use his tripod on this occasion as the gym was quiet if he moved it out of the way between filming. Meaning, don't leave it in the middle and move it when you finish filming. So, if the gym was quiet, he basically, there was no problem. And, of course, he would move it. Unless he was staying on the one machine all through the session, he's going to move the tripod, isn't he? Because he's going to pick it up and take it to near the next machine. They had to remind him several times. He was rude, obnoxious, and then he decided to go away and do a video slating the staff and the gym after we accommodated him. There's always two sides of the story. If you don't know George, he is a bit like that. He's a bit rude, but that's him. He doesn't mean it in a bad way. It's his personality, I spoke to him. I was going to get coached by him a few years ago because I just wanted a coach, and then COVID hit and stuff like that. But he's a nice bloke, I've never met him in person, but he voicemailed me, through Facebook, I think, or Instagram. Very polite, very nice. He wasn't swearing then or nothing like that. So, it's just one of them things. But also, if you're going to be kicking off at somebody or telling somebody to do something and they feel like, why, you do lose it, you do lose it. And you're thinking, like, why do I need to move my tripod? There's no one here. You know what I mean? Sort of thing. That's what I think probably could have happened, Like I said, there's two sides of the story. Then I said basically them words, and then he's put, unfortunately, there's always a few who ruin it for many. So, yeah. What my take on it is, being a fellow YouTuber, person who films himself with a tripod, is there's two sides of the story in a tripod and gyms. Make sure they are allowing you before anything, I always said when I joined my gym where I am at now, Foundry, so if you want to come to the Foundry and film, they're fine with it, they've got no problem. But I also have respect for members, If somebody told me, I don't want you filming me, I would say, yeah, that's fine, and I'd wait for them to leave, or, I'll cut them out of the shot. And I wouldn't put my tripod with my camera on in the way of people, not just because of it tripping up people, but I've also had people touch my stuff. And if you touch my stuff, I touch you, you know what I mean? I had some person a few months ago, I was filming and it was quiet, and he came up to it and looked into it like, is he filming? And I was like, what are you doing? Don't touch my stuff. And he could have escaped, but he didn't, because there's nobody. I try and keep it quite out of the way of people, I'll put it in a corner, I'll make sure there's no one around, or, I'll film when it's quiet. For people to ban tripods like Strength Asylum have now, I think they're going to lose quite a lot of people. A lot of people who are doing YouTube like myself, I'm a small YouTuber, and I've never been to Strength Asylum. I've always wanted to go. It's only down the road from me, really, because Stoke's like, half an hour drive, from Telford, and I've always wanted to go due to Eddie Hall, obviously JP. He's obviously, I started following him more, since I've been getting into more bodybuilding. And the gym has inspired me, it's like, when I was doing my deadlifting a few years ago, I wanted to go deadlifting there because of the Eddie Hall and try and get past the 200 mark on deadlifts, you know, because Eddie Hall's been on that platform, and you know, just giving me inspiration. But I'd have to film it with a tripod, you know, because I wouldn't have no proof if I did, you know, broke a record, my personal record, you know. And it feels like now Strength Asylum have done this, I feel like it might escalate. I hope it doesn't. I don't think it will happen in certain gyms, because I think certain gyms are not that petty, but certain gyms are. What Strength Asylum have done is something that you would expect from a pure gym, you know, a common fitness gym, you know, where it's got a lot of normal, basically people who are not into bodybuilding, just into keeping fit, which I understand, you know, there's no problem about that. But for a big gym like there is, and it is a big gym, obviously I haven't been there, but I've seen, you know, plenty of videos, and it is a big gym, and there's plenty of room for a tripod, you know. What's more annoying? A tripod standing there, not doing anything, not causing any trouble, not making any noise, or a group of lads who are not really interested in working out, you know, because they think that, oh, we'll go to the gym, lads, you know, we'll do bicep curls and then go home. But they'll sit on a bench while they're waiting for their bro to finish with the 5 kg dumbbells. That's annoying, you know. People who don't put the weights back and leave a dumbbell on the floor and then you trip over it. That's annoying. That's a ban, I would say. But somebody's filming something for themselves. We don't do it for vanity. We do it for ourselves, either for like YouTube or for a form. Mine is for both, but you know, a lot of people just do it for form or business. You know, this is how to do a move, and they do it, you know, on a tripod. Because have you ever tried to lean a phone up against something? It's impossible. You always got that vertical angle where you're like that, you know, and then there's always people walking past and you see their feet, you know. It's impossible. At least on a tripod, it's at a good level, you know. You can adjust the level, you can put it where you want it, where with a phone you can't. Yes, you've got like Gorilla Pods like I'm using now. I'm using the Gorilla Pod tripod thing, and they wrap around things. But I did it with my phone, and when I started using a camera, I said, I'm not using a Gorilla Pod and wrapping it around. You can get some sick angles. You can put it up on, you know, a rack and have it coming down like that, looking really good. But are you going to risk like over 500? Some cameras are like £2,000. Wrap it around something and then it falls, because it happened loads of times when it had. I need to film on my camera, you know, my mobile. So a tripod's safe. It's big enough for you to walk around. But if you got a problem, just say. And they're not going to go, yeah, whatever. I don't. I just go, oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. So the whole Tripodgate, I think I just hope it doesn't escalate. I hope it doesn't, because if it does, it's going to wreck a lot of people's businesses. It's going to wreck a lot of people's like YouTube content. It's also going to annoy people. You can see people leaving the gym just because of it. Because I know a gym is meant there for training, and by far, you know, some days I've gone to film and I went, you know what, I can't be bothered with this. It's wrecking my training. So most of my videos, when I do my training, it's usually when it's quiet, because then I can focus, you know, and work hard. But when it's busy and I know I need to move somewhere quicker, when I've got my tripod, I don't film it. But that's it really on this subject, because it's pretty annoying, because it's been funny, but it's silly in the end of the day. I think George, it took it a bit too far, but you know, that's George for you. You know, If he wasn't like that, he wouldn't be George. I hope somebody got a free tripod out anyway. Anyway, tell me what you think about this. Do you use a tripod? How do you use it? Or do you think it should be banned? Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you again.